Thanks again for joining us. A growing part of Maple Grove is closer to getting a new elementary school. The Maple Grove Planning Commission will review plans to rezone land to allow a school in northwest Maple Grove. The City Council will then have the final say. If approved, the move would allow Osseo area schools to build a new school serving up to 1,100 students in kindergarten through 5th grade. According to city documents, the school would include separate parent and bus drop-off, green space for recess and field sports, 2 playgrounds, and an outdoor classroom. Construction would likely begin in the spring, and the district plans for the new school to be ready for the 2026-2027 school year. Robbinsdale area schools, meanwhile, are taking a closer look at achievement gaps. In its latest reading proficiency report, nearly 65% of white students are proficient in reading, while it's nearly 30% for students of color, a 35 percentage point difference. District officials say the goal is to reduce that significantly. So in 2025, it would be a nearly 28 percentage point difference. The achievement gap is higher than pre-COVID. School board members say they're also concerned about the bigger picture, that the proficiency rate for all district students is too low.
This is something that I have heard in the community and I myself also agree with. The proficiency rate of each child is more important than measuring the distance between them and the child next to them.
We are uncomfortable with the 60% proficiency rate for our white students as we are with our proficiency rates of our students of color. We want them all to accelerate.
State legislation mandates all districts develop strategies to close achievement gaps. Beside classroom achievement, another issue the district is trying to address is its finances. The district had its credit rating drop 2 steps, meaning its interest rate to borrow money will go up. The report by S&P Global Ratings cited the district's, quote, rapid financial deterioration. The district is trying to sell bonds to finance long-term facility maintenance. The report cited another sizable deficit projected for next year that would further deplete the district's reserves. School board member Kim Holmes acknowledged community concern and says the district has brought on a new superintendent and chief financial officer to help address the situation.
The board has a real opportunity here to make changes in terms of bringing on an experienced superintendent who hired a very experienced chief financial officer. So we're taking steps in the right direction.
The Robbinsdale Area School Board will be asked to approve a bond sale at its November 18th meeting. The district also plans to hold a town hall meeting on its budget on November 20th. Some unfortunate news for a longtime family-owned pizza place in the area. Scoreboard Pizza in Brooklyn Center has closed. When CCX News stopped by the Humboldt Square strip mall where it's located, 4 lease signs were up. No reason was given for the closure on its Facebook page. The restaurant had been in business for 40 years. A recent decision on the Blue Line light rail extension has opened up an opportunity for redevelopment. As Kevin Miller reports, it could help bring new life to a local church.
It's quite clear to me that the people who go to church at Elim Lutheran Church still want this sanctuary to have that solemn, reverent aesthetic.
Elim Lutheran is a 100-year institution in Robbinsdale. But after a century of worship, they found a need to downsize.
It's valuable property. The size of our building can be much smaller and needs to be renovated or remodeled.
Pastor Dan Dorr says the need to condense the church prompted a land deal. It would transform the parking lot and part of the church building.
We have a purchase agreement with a very prominent developer in the Twin Cities.
Those developers picture a $50 million apartment complex at the site.
The project would bring into the neighborhood about 170 households. And would kind of clean up the look of the block.
But the Blue Line light rail extension project put those plans in jeopardy. Early design plans had a station right next to the church, south of 40th Avenue on Botno Boulevard.
The dilemma there is it would get in the way of the redevelopment project.
City officials requested the station be moved north of 40th Avenue. Blue Line engineers granted that request.
That allows us to move forward. with our development. Now, we have a long way to go.
Dorr says the church could survive without this development, but it gives them a chance to remodel and hope for the future.
This gives us life. This gives us the ability to reallocate our assets.
In Robbinsdale, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
The developers are bringing design plans to the Robbinsdale Economic Development Authority on Tuesday night. You can watch the meeting at ccxmedia.org. The nation's largest provider of flooring for apartments, condos, and senior living facilities now has a new home in Crystal.
There's not a lot of available warehouse and office space in this part of the Twin Cities, so it was a really, really good fit. We're right on Botno, so it's accessible. We have traffic out front. It's easy to find us, easy for our installers to come in and get out as quickly as they possibly can.
Tuesday marked the grand opening of Ready Carpet, which set up shop in a Crystal warehouse along Botno Boulevard. Ready Carpet is the largest provider of multifamily flooring in the United States, but this is the company's first location in Minnesota. Employees say they don't anticipate any issues breaking into the Twin Cities market.
But we also have a lot of national agreements with large property management companies that have properties and buildings in the Twin Cities market. So I think it'll be an organic growth.
With this Crystal location, Ready Carpet now has 38 branches around the country.